Hi, the purpose of this video is to give knowledge. And as you know, knowledge means life. That's why we have to pursue knowledge. There should be hunger for knowledge. And the second point is every family is supposed to have a family business. So that's why I'm focusing on business today. So, and I'm going to read from the book I specifically wrote for business people, entrepreneurs, people who want to make a difference in the society. So the name of the book is The Big R of a Successful Business. The Big R of a Successful Business, written by Emeka Anyanwu. So I'm going to start with the introduction. I am not passing any judgment, nor am I imposing my values and opinions. We can be friends with everyone, but we can't be friendly with everyone. Everything we do in life is all about relationship. When it comes to business, relationship. When it comes to business relationship, respect is the most important ingredient. There is an obligation to return favor to another, which has made respect a powerful tool in all relationship. So respect is very, very important because this big R, focuses on respect. Respect is pivotal to our businesses, to everything we are doing, especially when you're gonna have a family business. Because like I said earlier on, a family business is something people should have. And I'm of the value that every family should always endeavor to have a family business because it helps them, because it inspires them, and it gives them powerful position in the society. Now, continue with what I've written here. I wrote here, transform yourself by continuously renewing your mind. This is a popular quotation from St. Paul's, Romans 12:12. Sorry, Romans 12:2. It is important because the essence of this thing is to renew your mind, because if you don't renew your mind, if you don't, everything happens in the mind. The word I'm speaking goes straight in your mind. The light I'm delivering, which is life, goes straight in your mind. If you can change your mind, if something can touch your mind, you are transformed. Because if it touches your mind, it touches your spirit. And once it touches your spirit, it touches your soul. And once it touches your soul, it changes your body and it changes your environment. So that's why mind is very, very important. So whatever, if you want to do anything, it is in the mind, because it is where the change, it is where the transformation, happens. And once a person is transformed, it's like a butterfly, that came from lava. Once it's transformed, it's been transformed, and you are up and running. So all wars are fought in the mind. Therefore, prepare to renew your mind every moment, as you have heard from the great apostle, the founder of Christianity. You can't rest on your laurel. Anything that is not for others is meaningless. All we do originates from and revolves around this law: love your neighbor. Like what I said, trees don't eat their fruits, rivers don't drink their water. So it is all about giving. Because why I'm doing this is that whatever you require, myself, I require knowledge. I need knowledge. So whatever you need, the law says you have to give it out first. So in giving, you receive more. Because several times, several places, several stories we've had, if a person wants something, you have to give first. Because in that giving, you are asking God, to bless another person, and in return, God will definitely bless you. So the first outing is always giving. Even if it's the least one you have, you got to give it. Like now, this is the least knowledge I have. I can't boast of plenty knowledge, but this tiny one I possess, I need to give it out in order to attract more knowledge. And that's why I wrote this book, and that's why today I am talking of family business, because family business is important, especially for Africans. At this present time, we need to develop ourselves, we need to improve, we need to progress, we need to move. Like I said, the thing that brings change in the world is respect. Now, because everything, revolves around respect. So, because to get progress, you got to have respect. If you respect me, I respect you, then we can work together. And if we can work together, that means we can drive the engine of progress in the world. So it beggars belief that some humans do not know that they are children of God. Therefore, there are little gods capable of therefore there are little gods capable of achieving everything through the respect of oneself, respect of people, respect of product and services. Hence, the big R of a successful business. It is not the size of the dog, but the fight in a dog. So most times people think you need to possess everything. You need to possess the largest thing in order to start off. Like I said, it is a kind of widow's mind. Is your capacity to give out the least you possess. And every human being, as far as I'm concerned, as far as knowledge is concerned, has a tiny thing in him. But the problem is that not many of us can, have courage and passion to give out this very little thing. Because this very little thing you give out multiplies and comes back to you. So most times what discourages people is that they said, oh, I came from a poor family, or I didn't have education, or I didn't come from the elite group, or I came from slum. So all these things are excuses. But we've seen that life defies everything. We've seen in life that it discounts all these excuses. That is why today somebody can rise from a humble family and play a dominant role in the world. It's because the person understood the principles of life. That whatever you give, you receive back, regardless of the little thing. One thing we do not understand is that we always feel that the talent God has given us is not enough. The talent God has given to each and every one of us is enough. God has given to us abundantly. So the essence of it is for you to give it out. It might look small, but in reality it's not small. Somebody will ask me, why am I reading this? It looks small, but the impact it can make in the human mind, in the human progress, is enormous that I won't be able to measure it. So it is on this principle I've decided to be reading this book from time to time so that I can give out what I already possess in order to attract abundance in my life. That is the way, that is the principle. So one morning, I was having a breakfast with my wife. In an attempt to book her, I call her Mrs. Junket. Unexpectedly, she turned around and started laughing at me. She then said, yes, I am Mrs. Junket. Guess what? That makes you Mr. Junket. Instantly, I realized that whatever you throw at someone comes back to you immediately. So that is the whole thing. You see, life is about your capacity to look at the mirror. If you look at the mirror, who are you seeing? You are seeing yourself. If you look at the mirror, that means you are having a deeper knowledge. Most people, when they want to go out, they look at the mirror. when you look at the mirror, you're trying to examine yourself. So in your private life, why don't we examine ourselves? Because when you examine yourself, you begin to understand the invisible knowledge that is not available to other people. Because it is the invisible that controls the visible. And that is why to give out knowledge is very, very important, because most people take for granted what they don't see. You see, and that very thing you don't see, it is the one that controls your life. It's the one that moves your life. That's why you shouldn't judge things on a face value. Appearance is not what counts. What counts is what is not what you don't see. So, and we've allowed our sight to corrupt our thoughts. We've allowed our sight to discourage us from not seeing the invisible thing, from not seeing the unseen. And because we have this kind of, we so much depend on the sight, that's why you feel frightened all the time. When you see a formidable object coming to you, you become afraid, because you are judging things by sight. When you see some people who have progressed beyond you, you start jittering, but you've forgotten that your own is inside of you. It is all about tapping into it. So, and what you see with your eyes, they are not what is in existence. They are temporarily there, but they are not what counts. What counts is your capacity to see those things which is unseen. And if you are the one that judges things by sight, you won't be able to do family business. You won't be able to aim at something and be successful on it. You won't even develop your talent, because when you look at yourself, you say, oh, I'm not talented enough. Oh, I need to get education. I need to get this. I need to do this. I need to, get a degree. But because you are looking at the periphery, I always tell somebody, say, look, the precursor is not what counts. What counts is the main one, which you don't see. That is where the transformation, that is why I say you have to look at the mirror. Because if you are looking at the mirror, you can see beyond what you already see in the physical. And then you can tap into the enormous power you possess. And then you can now, have the courage and the audacity and, the audacity to start up something. Because fear will never allow you to focus. Because what you're seeing with your eyes will distract you. And then you won't have confidence. And everything goes out. So, turn up the page, because I'm not going to read them line by line. I'm going to say now, look at this very one. I said here, according to Benjamin the Israel, opportunity is more powerful than the conquerors and prophets. This is a very, very important quotation. It's a powerful saying, because opportunity is like the one I have now. What I'm doing now is more powerful than what the conquerors or prophets are doing. Because I am actually putting what I have in my mind into action. I am, translating ideas into action. And that's why you are seeing me today. Now, this is a golden opportunity. It might look small, but the opportunity is enormous. So that's why everybody, once you have time, God has given you opportunity. God has launched you and prepared you and made you perfect and said, this is the perfect time for you to operate. This is the perfect time for you to deliver the message I've left inside of you. And that is why Benjamin the Israel said opportunities more powerful than conquerors. So moving on. remember that your background defines you. See, I always talk about background. Background is important. Your environment is important. I do ask my children, what is your environment? What they normally tell me, oh, is the house, or is the garden. I said, that is not your environment. Your environment is God. And that is why, if you understand this, you can now understand the first principles of life. The first principle of life is your capacity to tap into you, to understand that your environment is God. Because you are more important than the earth. So, and the earth cannot be your environment. Your environment is God. An object, or let's say a subject, is always less than the environment. So the earth, as far as we know, one single human being is more important than the earth. And that's why human being is very, very important. So earth is not your environment. That you can be bigger than your environment. God is your environment. Look at to illustrate it more, if you look at the river or the ocean, a fish has environment. The environment is the ocean. If you remove a fish from the ocean, it dies. And the water is more important than the fish. Look at a seed or a tree. The environment is the soil. The soil is more important than the seed or the tree. So these things are principles. These things are what you got to understand. So in anything you are doing, you have to relate it to your environment. You have to first identify the environment. Now I'm reading this book. First of all, I have to go to the environment, to the background, because that is where the definition of whatever you're doing. Like now, if I'm reading this book, I have to read it based on the context. The context I wrote this book is for people to have family business, and also for me to give out knowledge, which gives life. Life is not about what you're living. Life is about the quality of knowledge you possess. Because the more knowledge you possess, the more confident and the more powerful you become. So I continue. So remember, business is not difficult. Rather, it is people that make it difficult. Business leaders identify that more than 75% of critical business issues are on the relational side, rather than on finance and the technical side. Like I said earlier on, it's not because you're not savvy with computer or with tech. That's not it. Or that you don't have money. So 75% of problem with business is relational. So if you can have understanding of relationship, then you can be able to, go around it smoothly. Relationship is very, very important. That is the cross of the matter in life. We see people are in the crossroad because they have, problem with relationship. They don't know how to relate with each other. They don't know how to relate with one another. And then if you are doing business, relationship is very, very important, because you're gonna produce something that that will affect another person. So if you don't have the respect and this relationship, at the back of what you're saying, the business will collapse, because you'll be viewing people as people who are not worthy of your service, and that will discourage you, and that will make you not to drive your talent, because at the end of the day, it is the ability to elicit what you already possess and give it to the world, and that is what makes a difference. So understanding people, especially customer, is the key. There is no business without customers. The true currency of business is not money, but respect. When we have respect for our relationship, 75% of the problem is knocked off. As noted by Franklin Roosevelt, the most important single ingredient in formula of success is knowing how to get along with people. One moment. So, one of the most fundamental law of human nature is we reap what we sow. So, if you respect people, people will respect you. So, it still revolves around, the respect. It still revolves around, first principle. It still revolves around your context, your environment, and your background. Why must a person be successful in their work? We all have assignments handed to us by God, our Creator. There is a special assignment for which we are given talent. This is where our sense of joy and happiness is fulfilled. Above all, other human beings are waiting and are dependent on the special and the unique assignment to be carried out. The only way to completely understand oneself is to understand others, and that gives us the courage to succeed. Winston Churchill said this. I'm going to read it out. To each, there comes a time in their life, a special moment when they are figuratively tapped on the shoulder and offered the chance to do a very special thing, unique to them and fitted to their talents. What a tragedy if that moment finds them unprepared, unqualified for that which could have been their finest moment. Sorry about that. So it goes about opportunity. As you are reading this video now, as you're seeing this video now, watching it, you have a great opportunity. Like Benjamin Disraeli, opportunity is more important than prophets and conquerors. And Winston Churchill also has stated this again about your talent. Because life is about preparation. Because preparation itself is an action. So preparation is talking about being ready. Because the door is always opening. But the problem is, are you ready to go through the door? Or have you prepared yourself enough? So I love this quotation because it offers us a chance to tell you to tap into your uniqueness and to prepare. Because on that day, if you find we're not ready, if you're not ready that day, then the opportunity would have been lost. So it's all about understanding that it is a tragedy if the moment finds you unprepared, unqualified for that which would have been your finest hour. We always have our finest hour. That is opportunity. Now, this is my opportunity. This is my finest hour doing this video to be able to give out this knowledge. And because once I've given it out, I've made a huge impact, because every idea that is not expressed remains in the mind. And if it is not expressed, then it won't transform anything. Then it means it's a wasted knowledge. That is why I encourage people to speak up. I encourage people to speak out, because you can have idea, but still, lying fallow in the mind. And if you don't bring it out, that is a huge problem. That is a tragedy. So we continue now. So for one to be successful in business, they must satisfy this simple and plain test for respect. They are the fundamental pillars of successful business. Great business run on the principle of respect, because whatever we respect comes to us. Like I said, this book, The Big R, revolves on respect. It revolves on respect for oneself, respect to the product, and respect to the people. So many people do not have respect for their talents, gifts, and words and their ability. So it is all about respect. Why we are not why people are poor is lack of productivity. And what is lack of productivity is when you are not producing, when you are not bringing out that unique and special quality that is buried inside of you. Like the essence of this video I'm doing is for you is to tap into this invisible gift inside of you and bring it out on the surface so that human beings can use it. Look at now, if the Steve Jobs didn't produce this phone, this video I'm doing today wouldn't be possible. Now he has given enough to the world. He has transformed the world. Otherwise, I would be, staying in one place, languishing in one isolation, and that's it. And my own talent won't come out. Because Steve Jobs was able to tap into his talent, he has transformed the world. He has made the world bigger and more powerful. And the same power he possessed, the same gift he had, you still have your own. So if everyone is giving out his own gift, bringing it out, this special gift that is unique, that makes you complete, then the world will be having huge progress. Then there'll be civilization, then there'll be progress, then people will be happy because there is something inside of you that is unique, that you must give it out. It is a tragedy if you came to this world, you didn't bring out this gift. This gift is like a message God left inside of you. We are actually the message, the word of God. And there is something he planned, he wants us to do. That's why he asks us to come. That's the genesis of our coming. So you'll be launched for a particular thing. And imagine you send your son to go and buy something, and he goes to the market, comes back without buying that. Do you feel happy? I'm sure you won't feel happy. Or you send anybody to go and do something for you in another city. You paid for it, and the person came back without delivering that message. When he had the opportunity to deliver, he didn't deliver. The same thing happens to us. So we came from a distant country, and our main objective is to deliver this unique something. And then we spent 100 years and we didn't deliver it. We came back only to tell God a story. I said, oh, I forgot it, oh, this, when actually because of ignorance and stupidity, we failed to deliver it. That's why I'm doing this today. Because I want to deliver my gift. I want to deliver my message. It doesn't matter who raises. I know eventually people, the new generation will search for it and they'll get it. It's been delivered. It's a matter of the people who have hunger for it. So most people do not have hunger. These are the people who come, they don't deliver their message. Because if you don't have hunger, if you don't have this passion, if you don't have this, inner way to deliver it, because to deliver it is a big task. You have to conquer yourself first. So, and this goes on. What is the first thing you do if you want to win a big time? Certainly, you have to reclaim your mind and re-educate yourself to believe in yourself, believe in your vision, and have that mentality of dominion given to you by God, your creator. The blueprint of success. Our mind is the seat of power. This is a place where the journey starts and ends. The big choice in life is made only in the mind. A choice is power, and exercising this choice is the energy. Many do not like to make the choice because it involves change, which in turn involves risks and sacrifice. There is no change without risks. So most of us, we do not deliver our gifts. We don't care about it because it involves responsibility. And 99% of people do not like responsibility. But they don't know inside the responsibility is God himself. Inside the responsibility is this opportunity. Inside of the responsibility is the goal you are looking for. But sadly, many people do not like responsibility, do not like taking risks. I'm even taking risks by doing this video. It goes contrary to what people believe. If I'm avoiding criticism, I won't deliver this message. Then I'll come and go without delivering. And that's why if you want to do business, you have to take a risk. You have to go contrary to people's opinion of you. You have to defy it. And the only answer you can give to people is to be successful. The only thing you can do is to be successful. That is the highest gift. And that's why many people today don't engage in business, because it involves change, because it involves changing the status quo. It involves, stopping the business as usual. The business as usual is that we are being in our default position. So in that position, you are casual, you are complacent, and you are just indifferent. You are not sensitive to what's happening around you. So having a business helps you, to focus, helps you to be purposeful, helps you, to, narrow down, other things, helps you to avoid being distracted. The second step is delivering this vital energy extracted from our mind to the people. That is bringing that value to the market. Archbishop Desmond Tutu said, a person is a person through another person. So it still goes about relationship. Engaging with people, because the key here is, if you go to the people with trust and confidence, in turn they will give you trust and confidence. It is all about what I said earlier, that you see, the widow's mind, you see, your capacity, to receive depends on your capacity to give. Some people do say they don't have anything to give. This is a fallacy. This is illusion. You got something to give, even if it's tiny. Check out the widow's mite. If you read in the Bible the history of Elijah and the woman, the widow had nothing to eat. In fact, the widow and the son, they had the little flour for them to cook and eat. And that would be, after eating it, they would die. That is the only thing they possess. Yes, Elijah wanted her to give him this only thing that the woman possessed. Because there was a lesson Elijah wants to give out. That what you want, that is very, very important to you, that you can't give out, should be the thing you should give out. Something you value most. If you want to increase that thing you value most, you must first give it out. So if there is a secret I value most and I want to increase it, I must give it out. Because when you give it out, then God will bless the person you're giving that gift. And then God will now pay you back in abundance. But if you hold on to that essential you already possess, you cannot increase. The principle of increase involves giving out. Imagine a farmer. A farmer had maybe the last grain But he wants this grain to be increased. Now, when he's planting that, something in his mind will be saying, what if this thing don't germinate? Now it's going to take long. So all these things came into the mind of a farmer. Yet the farmer gives out that precious. That's most important thing. So your success in life depends on your capacity to give the essential, the most important thing, possession you possess. Because there is only one way to increase what you want. There's only one way to get what you want, by giving out yourself, the most important thing. Some people can't part with money, yet they say they want money. Some people can't part with knowledge, yet they are looking for knowledge. So the first principle is you got to give out what you already possess. So if I want to be successful, if I want to be rich, I have to give out first. It is a natural principle. The same thing a farmer does. The same thing the Elijah did with the widow. The same thing Jesus Christ talked about the widow's mite. The same thing Jesus Christ applied when he fed 4,000 and 5,000 people. The same thing we talk about in the talents, the story of a talent. So if you want to give out, you must give that thing that is priceless. Now, the thing that is priceless is what I can give out, but I want it to increase. I must give it out. If I don't give it, it doesn't increase, and I don't get abundance of it. I don't get much of it. And that's why we are talking today about poverty. Poverty is because you didn't give out the best of you. Most people hold on to it. They'll be poor. If I don't give out this knowledge, I'll be poor. I won't have enough knowledge. Unless I first of all give it out, then I will be in poverty. Because poverty is lack of productivity, lack of giving out, giving out to yourself, the essential thing, replicating it and give it to the world. So it is not a rocket science. It is in the seed and the tree and the fruit. So continue with what we're saying. A person, like this one, Titu said, a person is a person through another person. Engaging with people becomes the key here. The business is not difficult. It is people who are difficult. So you're going to encounter some challenges. The challenges are people. How do you relate with people? How do you associate with people? You know, it's a very complex thing. Humans are very complex, so they are difficult. So if you want to do business, you must study them. You must know how to relate with them. You must know how to adjust your ego. You must put them into equation. Otherwise, you'll be forced out of your business, and you'll be forced out of your passion. You'll be forced out of the game. Then you become a loser. So you got to study people. You don't have to be angry with people, because that's the way it is. Because a furnace, a diamond, can't go through a furnace without having, the hot, without having the heat, without having the pressure on it. So you are a diamond that wants to go through a furnace. The furnace is the human beings, the other people. Because you're gonna do something they hate. That is being yourself. The society don't like a person who wants to become themselves. They will hate you. They might even crucify you. They might even kill you because it has been happening. That's the genesis of jealousy. Because for you to become yourself, you got to reject so many things. You got to, in fact, your friends are like furnace. The friends are going to hate you. Your family, your mother, your brother, your wife, they're going to hate you. So distance is the furnace. Now, so if you're afraid of rejection, afraid of criticism, then it means you are not going through the furnace.